This is Mount Lam Lam. Good morning, guys. Look at this. This is beautiful Guam right here. This is the south of Guam, and today I'm finally doing a hike that I've always wanted to do after living here for more than 2 years. Can we just admire the beauty here? Like, check it out. That is the southern point would be that way. That island out there, if you guys can see, that is Cocos Island. Let's zoom in. Look at that water. It looks so nice. And then you have a little bit of a bay, Steady Bay, CT Bay, however you say it, and then going north. But the hike we're doing today is going up that way. I'm using the All Trails app, if you ever heard of it, to track my hike. I'm going to start it now. It says it's about an hour and 45 minutes round trip, depending on rest and things like that. It could take a while. Last time I came here to try to do Mount Lam Lam Trail, I went the wrong way, went to Mount Jamulong, so I didn't go all the way. My goal is to do the whole thing in under 2 hours, like it says, unless I take breaks for taking videos and stuff. All right, look at this terrain already. Man, I remember this the time I came. It was kind of tough. Should be no big deal. Kind of out of breath already. As you guys can see, where all those tourists are going right now with that white van, that is an overlook, a touristed site. People drive to, go up there, take a look at the bay here, and it is quite beautiful. As I was saying, that is CT Bay or Steady Bay, however you say it. Right there where that blue car is, that's where the trail begins. That telephone pole goes right down, and then it kind of cuts through the valley there, and then right out to the water. And so it's a little hike you can do. As you can see, the way down is all down, but when it's time to return, you're climbing, so it's a little bit more challenging on the return. But the good thing about that one is you can go in the water once you get there. Unlike this, Mount Lam Lam, we're going to the highest point on Guam, and you're just gonna get a nice view with a lot of fresh air, I suppose. They got some ropes in case you need help pulling yourself up. That could be very handy. It's a little tow strap up to that tree. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but all right, the first part of the hike is done. Maybe, I don't know, 1/6 of the hike. I've only been going for 10 minutes, but this was the first incline from the road. As you can see, it kind of plateaus right here, and then you can see the other elevation that we're going to be going up, and it's going to be challenging for sure. But first, before we keep going, I think we need to appreciate the beauty of these foothills here, whatever you want to call them. It's quite hard to get a grasp of how beautiful and peaceful this place is on camera, but here, man, it's so quiet, so peaceful. I think this is Governor's Plum. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Governor's Plum, scientific name known as Flacourtia indica. So one of the things I really love about hiking is just being in nature and kind of trying to understand what types of plants and what types of nature is around you. And being here on Guam, there's such a mix of different species in terms of plants. Not as much animals, of course, but there are lots of plants, a lot of invasives, and a lot of natives, a lot of really beautiful plants. And so I like to try to understand what they are, try to know them, how to propagate them, and things like that. So that's what I'm kind of learning on the side here while I'm living here. And it's quite interesting to be in the south and see different species that you don't necessarily see in the north as much. Look how red the dirt is. Man, the dirt here in Guam, if you don't know, super red. It's like that red soil, red clay. It's quite cool though. Like, look how hard and compact this is after, you know, people walk and hike up and down it. Very, very cool. Wow guys, check out this. There's a really cool tree species here that you don't see that often. That is Pandanus dubius, a very, very cool like knobbed screw pine tree. Find it all over the South Pacific and Asia, Southeast Asia. It's pretty cool. All right, falling down the hill. It's exhausting. 17 minutes in so far, 0.6 of a kilometer. Not even that far at all, but I need some water. Take a break. As we get up a little higher here, there's more trees. You have these like glossy like leaves. I don't know how difficult it is or easy to see in camera, but then you have these fruits here. This fruit is the noni fruit. Noni is the local name in Chamorro, but the scientific name of this tree is called Morinda citrifolia. So yeah, called Morinda citrifolia, and the interesting thing is you can eat that. It's edible, and it's known to taste like barf. Have I tried it? No. Will I try it? No. Man, today is definitely like one of the most perfect days to do this hike, despite there not being really any wind, surprisingly. This morning it did rain a little bit, but right now there's like no wind. It's pretty sunny. There are some storm clouds in the distance, but it's expected here in Guam. It kind of rains all over the place in different spots at different times. The mosquitoes were a little ferocious in the last stretch there, so I just kind of powered through it real quick. Just look at that. I don't know if you guys can tell. Look at these views. Let's stop. So as I'm filming this today, it is Monday, Memorial Day here on Guam. So today's a holiday. A lot of people have the day off, and it doesn't seem to be busy at all, which is very nice. There were 2 people that already passed by me going down. You know, most people do this hike early in the morning, and hey, I don't blame them. It's cooler, not as hot, but you know, I always do things at this time of day when it's the hottest. Get the most crazy workout, I feel like, but it is what it is. Check it out. We're walking through a pandanus forest here. This one is Pandanus tectorius, which is different than the last one we saw. The leaves are a lot smaller, thinner, and the fruit is also smaller. So the hike keeps going this way, but it looks like there's a little detour right here. Just want to check it out, see what it is. Maybe it's like a little shrine. Oh yeah, you can see some candles, things like that. Got the Guam flag, some stuff here, and I don't know, not much here, but pretty cool. Oh boy. Now this was the one part I was not looking forward to, is this swordgrass or sawgrass. It can be very sharp and cut you open on your bare skin, so you have to be careful. And of course, I'm wearing shorts today, you know. I always wear shorts, it's hot out here. Why wear pants? But hey, got the long sleeve to protect myself, so that is okay. This part that I just went through was definitely one of the most challenging parts that I remember from last time, going to the mount right next to it. Very vertical, intense on your calves and your hamstrings. So 2 other guys just passed me going down. So that's 4 people and a dog so far going down, and nobody else coming up so far with me. Haven't passed anybody, nobody's passing me. Maybe I'll be up here by myself, I don't know. I think we're getting close to the part where we need to go the other way and not the wrong way this time. So let's see if it's right here. Here we are, 33 minutes, 58 seconds into the hike. We've come to the fork in the road, which is where you go the right way or you go the wrong way. Last time I went the wrong way. I went up there, there's a cross up there. That's Mount Jumulang, if that's how you say it correctly, but there's a bunch of crosses and there's people coming down from there. It says Jesus died on the cross here. So that's the way you go, but we're going left to the highest point on Guam. So 34 minutes in, it's at about hour and 43 minutes total round trip. So we're almost halfway there, almost. Got another, what, 20 minutes? God, sword grass everywhere. But the views, dude. Oh man. You can see the other side of the island right there. Let's check it out. My God, look at that. Holy. Oh guys, you gotta check this out. You see over there, there's a big plume of smoke, right? There's some there. There's probably some other parts to the island. That is because it is dry season here in Guam, so there are a lot of wildfires. Some are started wild, some are started by people, but they're constantly fighting them all the time. And as you can see, there's one over there. That's because, you know, everything's very dry. It doesn't rain often. Right now, we're very lucky if it rains once every few days. Just had to double check here to make sure I'm going the right way because this part is so overgrown. And we are going the right way. It just so happens to go down a little bit before it goes up again, which no big deal. And the good thing is, you know, the trail is pretty well marked with the marker flag, so just look for that. And if you don't like spiders, if you don't like snakes, dude, holy cow. This is a true jungle hike, it feels like right now. But the good thing is, you know, those guys just passed through here, so if there were spiders, they probably ate the most of them. Oh, that was crazy. That was like 3 straight minutes of just walking through that tall swordgrass. Man, ants on me and stuff. Whoa. But not that bad, not that bad. The thing is, like, somebody could come and trim it, but in reality, it's probably just gonna grow back in a couple days. So it's best to just let it hang over and just knock it out of the way as you go, and just wear protection so you don't get cut by it. I gotta say, this hike is definitely really cool. I mean, you're just in the middle of the forest, the jungle here. Everything is so peaceful, so quiet. You know, the only thing that would make it better is if there were more birds, because you don't hear any birds really. Very few. There's very few on Guam. And if you didn't know that, just look it up. It's facts. It sucks, but that's how it is right now. So once you got to the fork, I thought it was a lot quicker. I didn't think it would take this much longer to get over to the summit, but I guess it does. So we're just trucking along here. See how much time we're at so far. 49 minutes and 21 seconds. We should be getting close. Jeez. Get me out of that. Well, it's a little hard to tell if I'm going the right way because I lost service. The service isn't great up here. In fact, the service just isn't that great when you get to remote parts of the island here. There's not that much coverage, but I think I'm on the right track. Either way, we'll get some beautiful views. See, this is the misleading part. I just come down this trail, and then you got one that goes to the left, and you got one that goes to the right. It's like, which one's which? We got pink flagging there, we got pink flagging there, there. I don't know. Whew. One thing for sure is this is prime tick territory, so definitely gonna have to check myself pretty good after. Whoa. Well, the trail just led me to a dead end here, to this little open area with this pandanus tree here. So yeah, maybe this is just from somebody running. I don't know, maybe like Hasher group or something. Unless it keeps going this way. Dude, I don't know. I don't see any more flags, so I don't think I trust it. Yeah, that's a dead end. Okay, maybe I went as far as I could go. I don't know, I thought there was like some summit. There's gotta be somewhere. I must have went the wrong trail. Alright, well, I see that the other trail here has pink flagging, so maybe follow this one. This one looks more like a trail. Don't know what that other one was about. Alright, I'm back on the right track. I hear people and got service, so I did go off track a little bit, but I got back on the right area, back to the right trail, so thank God. Alright, good news is we're about to be there. The guys that just passed going down, they did say, well, I didn't record it, of course, but he was like, oh yeah, you gotta use the offline map of all trails. So I was like, yeah, I should have downloaded it offline, right? But I didn't. But he said 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, it's right there. So that's cool. I can get up there, get some views, and take it in and then enjoy the journey back, right? That's how hiking goes, unfortunately. All right, we're back going vertical, which means we are getting up there. Finally, out of the jungle. Looks like the summit is up there. Dude, my legs are fried. Serious leg workout. Holy crap, hamstrings are toast. Let's get to the top. It's like you can go the easy way or you can go the hard way. Let's just do hard, screw it. Looks like a shorter way. Oh God, boulder climbing. This kind of requires two hands. Whew. Oh. Dude, look at these rocks. Come on, one time only. Oh. That's the top. Top is there. Oh yeah. There's the top. Oh yes. Alright. Just gotta touch the flag. Over there. Holy crap, dude, my quads. Oh, who put this? Thank you. Oh yeah. Guam first, as Guam let me do this, in the US. That's a little challenging. Definitely out of breath. Wow. The views though, they're so beautiful. Well guys, I think it's only right but to give you a 360 view from the highest point on Guam. This is Mount Lam Lam. Alright guys, there you have it. That is summiting the highest point here on Guam, Mount Lam Lam. How long did it take, right? It took me about 1 hour and 9 minutes. I did get a little lost. I got sidetracked. I was taking pictures of plants, looking at plants, things like that. So it's going to be about another hour down, probably a little bit faster as it's downhill and I don't really need to focus on stopping as much, but that's Lam Lam. So if you haven't done it, you should do it if you can do it. For difficulty, yeah, it's probably one of the more difficult hikes here as it is high in elevation. But there are smaller hikes here that are just as steep, I think. They're shorter, but definitely give it a go if you want. Be prepared, bring a lot of water. You're gonna need it, and pick a good, beautiful day like today where it doesn't rain. But for now, that's it from Lam Lam. Time to head back down. So I've made it back to the part where I was beginning to get lost, and there's another part that goes up over there, which I almost want to go to, but I guess I won't. Getting close to the part where it splits and then it begins to go back down. I want to show you guys here, there's this massive tree that I'm standing under, and that is called the Joga tree. And it's a really, really cool looking tree that you see all over Guam. I don't know, maybe it's common, maybe it's rare, or maybe somewhere in between, but it has these blue marble fruits. And I've been looking for them, but I haven't seen any low enough to grab. But that's a cool one that I want to check out more of, as it looks like something that would remind you of the trees in Africa. It grows up straight and then kind of branches out with these like plateaus. And it's really cool. Just being a little bit of a plant nerd. Back to the middle trail where it divides, and we're headed back down, so it's going to get pretty steep. Not looking forward to that part. It took about 17 minutes just to get down from that other part, I think. Not too bad. Wow, look at the views. So amazing. And you know what? I wasn't really planning on going swimming today, but just walking down this little trail here looking out to Cocos Island makes me want to go swimming, so might just have to go swimming. Alright guys, well, it's been an hour and 43 minutes. That is the time that it originally said on the app and how long it would take. As you can see, most of the mountains behind me, across to Jamalong is over there. That way behind me would be Mount Lam Lam, and I'm pretty much at the last little steep drop there is to go to get back down to the parking area. So it takes me longer because I stop and look at all these plants. And also, it's just better to take your time, you know, no need to really rush it unless you're really trying to do like a speed run, which maybe that's what that lady was doing in the beginning on my way up when she was hauling down. I have no idea, but it was a good one so far. Now let's just get to the bottom. Oh god, that was gonna pull a freaking quad muscle on that one. All right, completed the hike. Total time for me, 1 hour 46 minutes 33 seconds. So that's pretty spot on, especially with that 1 hour 43. As I was saying, I took more time. Actually went pretty fast, I guess. I should have took more time. Did it a little too fast maybe, but there he is. That's the hike to Mount Lam Lam. Not so bad. Give it a go if you want. It's totally worth it, and beautiful views, as I said. So all right, I gotta get some food.